The way I learned to start writing music, or the way I figured out I was writing music, was to just take random riffs that I had written and I come up with, and just put one right after the other. And I mean, that's obviously explains how to write a song, but at the time I didn't know how to write a song, but I wanted to remember the riffs. So in my head, I pretended it was a song, but none of it ever made sense. But over the years, those riffs went from just being sporadic, different little riffs that I would play for a period of time and call it a song, into individual songs. I would take pieces of certain parts from each so-called song that I wrote, and I would expand on each riff that I liked over the years. I would pick and choose what I liked over the stuff. Well, one of the songs that I wrote, well, it wasn't just me and my buddy Trey, and others helped too, but one of the songs that I started writing when I was about 12 or whatever, we call it the long song because it was a good way to practice and see where your hand strength was at. I have not played this song in quite some time. It's really fun to play, but it really puts a strain on a man's arms. I haven't stretched and I haven't practiced as usual, and I'm definitely probably not going to be able to complete this song, but I want to see how far I'm going to be able to get, just because, and I really like playing this guitar. I haven't mentioned before, but this is a ESP LTD EC 1000 Deluxe. Holy cow, I love this guitar. If it's not already obvious with me playing the way I do, or just the fun every time I smile and chuckle when I get done with a song, it's because I just love the way the thing plays. Either way, it was a very wise decision, and as I always say, I can't help say enough, the Elixir strings on top of this, man, that really sets it off right. Anyways, this is a metal song. It's several different things, just one right after the other. You'll easily be able to see when I bleed from one to the next. But I don't know, I just wanted to see how far I could get, and I wanted to document it in case I do well. surprised myself and got to the end of that. Yeah, as you can tell, it's just several different chunks of different things or whatever, and I never really took much from this particular song or whatever and turned into other stuff, because it ended up over the years I just got so comfortable with it. They kind of all blended into one another, and it told a story anyways without me even planning on it. So anyone out there just beginning to play guitar or just starting to figure out how to write their own stuff or whatever, every little note helps, man. Everything I play that is original, if it doesn't say cover on something that I posted, then it's just something I either wrote or took from somebody that said they didn't want to write it anymore, and I turned it into something of my own. Either way, it is all original stuff that I usually post, again, if it doesn't say cover. But every one of those things, man, they all started from something probably when I was a little kid. I mean, I played since I was very little, but I probably really started wanting to figure out how to write something when I was around 7 and 8 years old. And that's a horrible time for me to want to. It was a great time, don't get me wrong, but at the time it was a horrible time for me to think that everything was just going to be so easy to just, well, I just want to play guitar, so I'm going to be awesome at it all of a sudden. I didn't realize the dedication, but all I knew was that my dad could play and my brother could play, and I knew family members that could play, and if they could do it, I could do it. And I'm really glad I never gave it up. But I think if I had, with the things that have went on in my life, if I had never, if I hadn't started at such a young age, I would be surprised if I would have picked it up later in life. I've been through quite a few struggles and done some dumb things, and I did not put the right things prioritized, and that shows in my playing as well. Someone else may not see it, but I do. I've been playing for 42 years almost, well, 40 years really. So I've been playing for 40 years. Yeah, I might be decent at a guitar, but I should be a whole lot better. I could have put a whole lot more time into that than I could have into making some dumb decisions. I got lucky enough to go through a program when I got in some trouble. It's called Appalachian CCAP. Either way, I went through there, and not only did they help me get a job and get some money saved up so I was actually on my feet when I got out, but they got me certified in welding. They can get people certified in masonry and stuff. They got a whole lot of different other programs there and stuff, but my first interest that piqued me was that I had heard they had a guitar up there, so I knew that if I was going somewhere with a guitar, then I had hope. And not that I'm usually a religious person. I don't mean to make this a long video, but not that I'm usually a religious person, but I am very spiritual in ways, and I had a talk with my Creator when I found out that there was going to be a guitar up here, and I said, if you can allow me the time to focus on being able to better myself at guitar while bettering myself at whatever this program wants, then I'll commit to being a lot better person than I have been. And I will make sure that I don't make the same mistakes. And I believe that shows not just in my playing, but in my personality and the outcome of who I became. But a lot of my skills would not be here right now if it wasn't for the practice that I was allowed to get while I was in this program. I did plenty of other things and stuff, but any free time that could have been my rec when I could have been working out or playing horseshoes or whatever and stuff, anyone up there always saw me with a guitar in my hand, and that was because I knew that I was forced into this spot for this amount of time, and what kind of a fool would I be if I didn't take every advantage of anything they had to offer, including the guitars. It turned out they didn't just have one guitar, they had 5 guitars and a banjo and 2 mandolins and 2 acoustic basses and a drum box and a keyboard, and like, not that all of it got used, but it was all there for our availability if we were willing to use it. And I had the benefit of being able to teach quite a few people, or show quite a few people and teach a few people to be able to actually play some music and stuff, and what a beautiful thing that is, because this world needs a lot more music, and it needs a whole lot more random acts of kindness, you would say. Anyway, I hope anyone enjoyed the video and stuff. That was just something I've been playing since I was a little kid, and I have not played that in quite some time. I'm very surprised. I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for these strings and this guitar, and I don't mean that just for a pitch. I'm not getting paid just to say any of this stuff. I don't say things that I don't mean, and I mean it. These strings are great, and this guitar is beautiful. Either way, thank y'all for listening.